What's up, everyone? I'm DREADPOOL,
I'm Death Dealer.
and we gotta tell you, we went to the Orlando Fairgrounds. They had the haunted trail, which was called Tales of Terror and
Nightmares. The houses were Tormented, Curse of the Bayou, and Geno Corp. We care about everybody.
Yes, and we'll start off with the atmosphere. When we first walked in, it was a nice atmosphere. It was very welcoming, the people we talked to, and from there we ended up going into Tormented, the first house
That we chose to walk into.
that we chose to walk into.
There is no order. There are only two haunted attractions, so you can pick whichever one you want to go first. There is no set way. They're both right. The entrances are both right next to each other, which is extremely convenient. And my personal preference, though, is if you do happen to go to the Tales of Terror and Nightmares at the Florida State Fairgrounds, Central Florida Fairgrounds, sorry. I recommend going through Tormented, Curse of the Bayou first, only because of the exit strategies in which they have the houses laid out. We'll get into that after we talk a little bit more about Tormented, though.
Again, I got to thank the Orlando Fairgrounds for giving us media passes and access to this. So obviously we did not pay with our own money. We were given access, so we got to thank them and everybody that worked there. We really appreciate their hard work.
Yeah, and then I have to mention too, personally, that they have extremely excellent customer service as far as we were concerned. They got back to us immediately with any questions we had. So I highly recommend, if you have to deal with people, they are good people to have to deal with. So
yes. So with Tormented, we went in and it was a nice little setup. It was everything is outside, so as you go through, the scare actors did their parts very well. The storyline was pretty good.
Yeah,
consistent.
The layout was pretty well constructed. It wasn't just your average sheets and things. There was some wood fencing in between and things like that, and they did have some minor builds in the back for the actors to use to their advantages, which was really well planned out and thought out. They did that with both trails, which was really nice. It was really well detailed. Like he was saying, the storyline is really good. A lot of them used I want to say southern accents. A lot of them used accents, southern accents, various southern accents. So it wasn't just Bayou or, your southern accents. It was a mixture of everybody's accents, which was real nice that they did go through and do that much effort with their characters. It's always nice when they allow their actors to have freedom to make more of a backstory for themselves, to give more life to their character.
Yeah. It provides more meaning when it comes across.
Yeah, it's more helpful, it's more immersive, more interactive. I like the fact that when we went, of course we went opening weekend, it was nice because they were able to space out parties really well in the trails. They weren't just rushing us through one after the other. They were actually doing a nice little timer, and I don't think we saw anybody on either trail.
No.
the whole time.
And that was the beauty. We didn't run into anybody, and nobody ran into us.
Yes.
And that's a hard way to manage people movement. And even with our trails, we have, it's a hard time. Some people are just fast, and some people are just slow. And eventually, they meet up, and now you got a bunch. And they managed to keep everybody well paced, which is a huge benefit. And at the beginning, you actually got a little show that you weren't even expecting. I had to start the camera because I wasn't expecting the interaction. They had a gentleman out there doing a little skit. For some people, and maybe a little on the vulgar side, but I didn't see it that bad. It was within character, so I think it was. To the point of what it needed to be, but yeah, he was kind of.
Oh, he was very much in character. I personally, I found it extreme-ish a bit but I'm also looking at things in a different light than some others might perceive them. But it wasn't enough to offend me and make me upset and huff and puff. It was just, I'm watching him going, okay, I mean, I wouldn't have gone that route, but go on, you're doing well. I mean, he did well. I can't argue that he wasn't in character and he didn't make a lasting impression. He sure did. So he did his job.
And he never overstepped the bounds, which is the good thing.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. They also do touch there. So if you wanted to pay the extra, I think you had to pay the extra. The immersion. Yeah. You wore a band around your neck that was one of those glow necklaces. Yeah, the glow necklaces to let the scare actors know that you can be touched.
Yes.
Obviously, we don't do that.
No.
We don't like that, even with the stuff that we do. So
it's just a personal preference on our end. We have our own personal reasons for things. So to each their own. If that's your thing, by all means, it seems like a decent place that it would be well done in. I don't think you would have any issues with it because, like we were saying, the actors all seem real well at their job, and they were all
well mannered.
Yeah, they knew
the rules.
Basic rules of a haunted trail, and that's not always something you find. So yeah, I can see that working out for you there.
But yeah, the house overall, I'd give it a good score.
We should start sculling on like 1 to 10 skulls, or like 1 to 5 skulls, or something.
Yeah, I don't like actual numbers.
I know, but still, it'd be funny. Everybody, funny. You guys know it'd be funny. I think it'd be funny.
Yeah, we'll give it a.
We can't hold it as like gospel, but it'd be fun. I would say overall, it's something worth traveling to. It is definitely an experience. We enjoyed it. Like we said, there are the two, so we'll talk about the next one, which is Genocorp. We care about everybody.
Yep.
That one has a laboratory theme to it. It is a scientific laboratory theme, which is interesting, and I like the take on it. Again, very well detailed, well laid out trail.
Mm-hmm. I liked it because of the detail of the rooms. A lot of the rooms had so much detail. A lot of the actors were, on both sides, they were painted up well, but I think they had more detail in even their makeup with what they did.
I think so, because I do believe they had more detail in the gruesome makeup, only because it was the theme for it. It was supposed to be a little more gruesome and disgusting. And actually, Genocorp is the one that does the, I believe they call it the, that's the one that does the participation in the interactive, immersive experience that they'll touch you and stuff.
No, they both do. They both did.
I don't know.
Yeah, because the same guy that would talk to you was manhandling one of the ladies in front of us before. So they both do it.
Okay, I missed that.
And when I say manhandling, I mean it in the...
It wasn't inappropriate,
But I'll tell you what, though. There is a scare actor that we had already talked to some of the management there, that we loved her.
Yes.
She was phenomenal.
Yes.
The contortion is what we'll leave it at, so we don't spoil anything for you.
Yeah.
Her contortions were spot on. She
it was very freaky. It was extremely it was really fascinating and concerning at the same time.
Yes, you were concerned.
As a mother, I was, I'm not even gonna lie, I was concerned watching it. It was completely safe on her end. I mean, but I couldn't help but stand there and watch it like, oh my goodness.
And then the only issue we kind of saw was the confusion.
Yes.
When we walked out, there was there's a side road.
The exit.
That the exit kind of leads out to, and you'll see it in the videos.
Yeah.
We have 2 separate videos of the trails, which is only facing us.
Yes.
But yeah, you can see the confusion on us because we're like, well, is there more to this?
Yeah.
So again, I think this is a learning in progress.
Yeah, I believe this is their first year doing this.
This is the first time I've heard of them and doing this, and I was actually recommended by somebody in our chat to check them out. And when I did, we were looking into it. We're like, okay, and then they put it out that they had media passes and to hit them up, so that's what we did.
Yes.
So again, thank you.
Yeah.
Between the two houses, I do have to say that Tormented to me was scarier, at least watching you, was scarier for you than Genocorp.
I find that I was more fascinated by Genocorp than startled. Obviously, as you guys are all aware, I'm going to assume you've watched previous videos of ours. I like disgusting, gross things. I am a horrifying person, mentally speaking. So yeah, the makeup and things were more like, ooh, that's cool. I like that. I want to try and do this. Yeah, that's me. I'm that person walking through a house going, that's so cool. I want to do this.
And you'll see that. But yeah, the scares were definitely a lot. There was a lot more jump scares in Tormented, and Genocorp had a lot more storyline to get you kind of sucked in. So each one has their own pros and cons, but overall I'd say everything was more pros than cons than anything.
Yeah, the only complaint I actually have is the Genocorp exit. It was just confusing to us. Otherwise, it was well done. I mean, the Tormented layout was perfect because you came right back out. Right on the, field area, so you knew where you were going. Whereas when we walked out of Genocorp, I am actually standing there for a second going, did I make a wrong turn? Did I go the wrong way?
we thought we actually exited through a side.
I thought maybe I went to an actor's area.
Yeah,
only.
We even have like little shortcuts, and we were just wondering, did we exit through a shortcut and we're in the wrong place?
Did I just lead the people?
and that's where we turned around, and there was like the next group coming out with the scare actor chasing them. So we were in the right place. We just again that's one of the.
Because I think you actually have on video where I'm trying to walk back towards the scare actor, and he's like this, and it's like, oh, okay, all right, I know we're in the right area now, and start looking for signs of, okay, how do we get back to?
But yes, I mean they did so well. We could see them in the future expanding and growing and making it even better. So props to them for the houses that they've done.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They even have the space that they have right now. If they were to go to the same space, they have enough room to put another house in.
Oh yeah, I'd say they could do. Yeah, I would say they could do a couple more trails easily on that space. They have so much room. And
again, the quality was there. So as long as they keep that up, perfect. So definitely check them out. They got one more weekend, which is this coming weekend here. Let's also talk about. They had vendors out there. They had food trucks. They even had a beer, an alcohol truck, I guess it was. Or
they had a full bar in a food truck setup kind of. So you could get any kind of drink you wanted per se.
For the adults.
Yes, for the adults, and they did have sodas and waters and things for those who don't want to drink. Because I personally don't really drink much anymore. So I only had a soda, which worked out great because they had them right there.
Yeah, they even had some carny games, which the hammer and the hitting the bell. They had the balloon where you're trying to pop the balloons. They had a musician out there, so it was a one-man band with a singer.
Yeah,
with that.
I would say.
So it's two people.
A two-man band. Whether or not she plays an instrument is irrelevant.
That was the confusion again.
We didn't see her play one doesn't mean she did play one.
Yeah, so the way it's...
I would say two-man band.
I'm calling it a two-man. It looked like it had a featured singer. So it was a one-man band, and then it said featuring a singer. When I walked up to them, they were busy, so a little confusion as to who they were.
Yes.
But again, I'll have a.
I'm looking on the website now to see if I can find her name in particular.
I'll have all the pictures of the vendors and everything on a slideshow following this video towards the end.
Oh, and they are open on Halloween as well.
So you still have the as of 2023, you have the 27th, 28th, 29th, and the 31st. So definitely check them out. Again, thank you. What else do we have?
Shall we give them real quick? The gates open at 7:30, so you can get onto the property at 7:30. Actually, I found that we were there a few minutes early, and we were able to get onto the grounds, which was nice. While the vendors, some of them were setting up, and some of them had already set up. So you can get onto the grounds. I would say you could park it probably to be more informational and be easier on yourself. I would say not to come until 7:30.
Yes.
That way there's parking attendants to point you in the right direction. We had to kind of stumble our way, not realizing what time it was. But again, great customer service. When we did find people working, it was fantastic.
And we got to thank the Bazaar Botanica. We got to thank them. We spoke to the two ladies that were there. Very helpful. They're the ones that were running all the artists.
Yes.
In the vendor area.
Very nice.
Very nice
people.
And helpful people. Again, the artists were very talented and the variety of artistry that they had out there was really cool.
Yeah.
It was nice to see that. Just again, the variety that they had out there, and again, everybody was pleasant to talk to. Some people were just unfortunately too busy, so we didn't get a couple people. We didn't want to interrupt their sales.
Yeah.
So, but everybody else that we could get, we talked to. Handcraft, everything they did.
And they were all extremely excited about their work. They were all proud to share it with people, which I find personally, in my experience, those oftentimes are the more lasting products. You know, the more durable they can, in some cases, depending on what they are. There was a woman there that made coffin-shaped bags, tote bags, out of upcycled T-shirts, and she put a lot of thought and care into picking out the T-shirts for the bags and the fabrics to line them with, and that sort of thing. Very fascinating. There was somebody else that did. He was just an artist, and he did drawings and paintings. Very beautiful stuff. Very wonderful. There was someone that did jewelry, tumblers. I mean, all sorts of things. It was
everything.
Real nice.
Yeah, everything handmade and well worth your look into, and definitely check them out. Again, I will be putting it on the slideshow at the very end. I'll create a nice little slideshow with all their information, and I will add the information in the links down below. So again, thank you very much for watching us and checking this out. Like and share, subscribe. Appreciate everything you guys do.
Yep. Have a good evening, everybody.
And stay tuned for the slideshow. Bye.
Bye.
So, I need a name. The person that's done you dirty. All right, say the body part and stab it in all the way through. Hard, 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 hard. And then seal it. At midnight, the curse will be complete. Amy will feel pain in her, where is it? Ooh, her heart. You're mean.